You work from the office today, or do you work from home?
Oh, I work from home today, actually.
So you avoided all the, how was your long weekend? Yeah, even though it was 3 days, it's still never long enough. It was hot, just trying to stay out of the sun, trying to stay cool. You avoided all that?
I didn't actually. A few Teams calls, so
Yeah.
definitely still cop that. But I imagine it would have been worse going in for that. I mean, did you
Harder to avoid,
I'd
say.
Yeah.
How was your long weekend?
Look, mate, it was good, but it was long, but not long enough.
Yeah, only 3 days, still not long enough.
Yeah. How was the weather?
Oh, mate, it was hot, wasn't it?
It was
Did
pretty
you
hot.
get up so much, or were you just trying to stay out of the?
Yeah, it was pretty hot. I wouldn't have thought it would have been hot for both of us because we live in different houses, but the weather was actually hot for both of us.
Yeah, it's almost like we live in the same state,
Yeah,
the same city.
Yeah.
And it was hot that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Relatable
content as always. Hello and welcome to another episode of Fine Leg to Full Forward. I feel like it's been a while since I've done the welcome.
Yeah, because I mean, first off, it's been a few weeks, but before that, I probably would have done it. So
yeah, true, because we recorded the last one ahead of time, didn't we?
Correct. I mean, well,
yeah,
you never know. Time is what do we say? Time
true. Yeah, we were denying it all, weren't we?
Yeah, we were saying we said something like, "Oh, the next episode will be after this one." And before the next one,
it's a hot take, yeah. Until a certain amount of time has passed. See you in the next one.
Yeah.
Well, it is now the next one. That certain period of time has passed. Have we not done an episode since I got back from interstate?
I don't think so.
Shit,
I don't think so. Yeah.
How are we in March already?
Yeah. Well,
jeez.
How was interstate?
It was good. I emceed another wedding.
Yeah. So was that 2 years ago now? That pretty much.
I think it's coming up to 2 years. That we for those who might not be aware, we emceed a wedding. We didn't even know the bride and groom. They reached out because they listened to the show and they wanted us there.
Yep.
So got another go at that. No, it was Tash's brother's wedding.
Yep.
And Tash and I both emceed, which was good fun. We were up there for the week, working from my parents' place, which is very fortunate to be able to go interstate and not have to take leave and be able to work from anywhere, which is pretty good. Mama Shaz came up clutch by letting us borrow a couple of computer screens that she borrowed from the school she works at, so made it so much easier. And then we had the wedding, super chill. It was at the top of Kira Hill in Coolangatta. It was a mint day.
Nice.
Didn't get sunburnt.
Did you were well protected?
Well protected. Sunscreen, the old dome.
Yeah.
That's me. And I was very worried because obviously you can't really wear caps and stuff with wedding attire.
No.
Like, it was a chill wedding.
But not that chill.
But it wasn't that chill.
Yeah, but just reapplied multiple times on the top. And,
had to be done.
Yeah.
But we emceed as we did it like sort of game show hosts.
Nice.
So we were trying to figure out a way to sort of make it a bit different and not do, not that you and I did that, but not do let's walk about the bridal party. Oh, it's fun for dinner. And so we got these cue cards and we drafted something up in Canva and made it sort of branded, and it was actually really close to the wedding branding that they'd gone for. This is
without knowing, it just happened to be.
The font was pretty close and all that. And then so we introduced each little bit as if it was its own game show.
Yep.
Yeah, which is sounds pretty lame, but I promise you,
No,
it
sounds
wasn't.
cool.
Like with cutting the cake, it was a MasterChef skills challenge, and the contestants were the bride and groom. The skill is cutting.
Nice.
It's time to cut the cake. Like,
Yeah. No,
No,
that's
so
cool.
It was good. We actually got from a lot of bogan country blokes.
Yep.
We got a lot of good feedback.
Good
on
feedback.
it. And the later it got into the night, and the drunker the feedback got, the closer it got to
The
our
closer
faces.
the feedback was. Yeah.
Oh, you did so well standing up. It's like that's every wild turkey you've had tonight all over my face. Yeah,
Maybe bogan country blokes like a bit of game shows.
Yeah,
Get around a bit of MasterChef.
there's a scoop for you.
Yeah.
There's a scoop for you. How was the
Long weekend?
How was the long weekend? Is it,
Oh, mate,
did you find it was long enough?
I thought no, not long enough.
Nah. I was going to ask, how was the period of time?
Between the undisclosed period of time.
This is the thing.
Yeah.
Is there a particular period of time you want to talk about? You want to talk about the late 1960s?
Yeah.
Talk about the moon landing?
Yep.
Any period of time you want to talk about?
It could be anything.
What's going on with you?
Well, weekend was good.
Oh, that's cold water.
It's good
That's
water,
really
isn't
good
it?
water.
I can drink normal water, but I just have a very strong preference to always drink cold water now. Because the new fridge we got, there's the bloody you push it in, and I've gotten used to it. So now,
how is your water drinking going? Are you still needing to be bribed to drink water?
I got rid of the app.
You got rid of the app.
I did.
Wasn't working for you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it wasn't working for me or just I wasn't working with it, but
because we had this conversation on this show about how you needed to be bribed to drink water.
yes, yeah, I needed to be validated.
Yeah,
with what was it?
Confetti on the screen.
Confetti on the screen, a bit of just give me something. Didn't get much of that, but anyway, what was I talking about?
Well, you could either go about how your water drinking's going, or you could talk about
the moon landing,
or any other period of time you want to talk
about. Recently went to Ballarat.
Ballarat.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the weather like?
What was the weather like? Tell you what, mate, it wasn't cold.
Was it cold?
No.
All right. Yeah.
No, because it's quite warm in Victoria at the moment.
Oh, it's been warm where I've been as well.
Both places.
Yeah.
And we both don't live in the same suburb anymore. but
pretty close enough to be the same weather.
Yeah. That was cool. There was a begonia festival at Ballarat.
What's that?
It's a type of flower.
Oh yeah.
Which I discovered after entering the festival.
What kind of flower?
Look, I'm not great at describing flora.
I don't know. You sound like, I feel like you used that. That was correct terminology there. I'm convinced.
But it's a nice, colourful flower.
Colourful flower. Like, is it? Come on. All right. No. We're getting to the bottom of this. Like,
okay.
Is it shaped like a sunflower? Is it like?
No, not like but we did also go to a sunflower farm, sunflower place where you can pick your own sunflowers.
Oh yeah. No, I'll accept farm. Farm sounds good. Yep.
But no,
is it like a rose? Is it like a lily? Is it like a tulip? Is it like another flower that has a name that I know?
It comes in a bunch of different colours.
Okay.
Some
sorry, I don't know if you want to move on. Like we're not ready to move on yet. We are getting to the bottom of this.
Some of them are because we walked in. It's in a greenhouse thing.
Yep.
And believe it or not, it was cooler in the greenhouse than it was outside.
Jeez, must have been bloody hot.
It's pretty hot on the weekend, mate. I don't know if you know, but
plenty of time to enjoy the heat.
Yeah.
Although not long enough.
Yeah. So you walk into the greenhouse and the colours kind of transitioned from like, I think it started with like red and then it was like orange, or it was like orange, red, pink, and it like kind of, there was the colour wheel.
Oh yeah.
Of the same flower. I realise that I'm not doing well in actually explaining what the flower is. It has petals.
Yep. which way do the petals go? Do they like curl up? Do they? I feel like you don't know what you're talking about, and I don't know what I'm asking. We could very easily move on.
We could. Should we?
What was the kind of flower? I've even forgotten what the flower you were talking about was.
The begonia.
The begonia.
Yeah. It looked nice. It did look. It looked nice.
It looked nice. All right. Okay.
But yeah.
Begonia.
Begonia. Yeah, I thought it was the name of the town or something, and then realised that
you're in Ballarat.
I was in Ballarat. So, running it back for the first time in a few undisclosed time units.
Undisclosed time units. Yeah. I like that.
There has been a little bit of sport that's happened as of late. Now, we aren't necessarily reliant on sport for content anymore, but if sport happens to happen, you know, we can talk about a bit of it.
Absolutely.
For example, Cumball.
Cumball. Yeah. Yep. Move over Bazball. It is Cumball time. Australia beat New Zealand, didn't they? 2-0?
2-0.
Actually, just before we're not going to talk much about the test because we never would usually. But what is with all these 2-match test series?
Is it a recent thing?
I think it is, isn't it? Like, I don't understand why can't we just do 3 or 5 test match series?
Yeah.
Like, why is it that we're finding there is one test match that is won or lost by a team, and then all of a sudden the trophy is retained?
Yeah. It is a bit strange, isn't it?
Like, the whole series could be wrapped up in a couple of days.
Yeah, I feel like any sort of series should be an odd number.
Yeah.
And any series should be more than one test.
Yeah.
So by that logic, should be either 3 or 5.
3 or 5. Yep.
Yeah. But anyway, Australia did win, both of them.
Yep, they did. We obviously didn't speak about the first test, did we? Because we don't. It happened during the undisclosed time units.
Yes.
But, second test, obviously, Alex Carey, man of the match, I believe. He took 10 catches and hit 98 not out. They were looking dicey. But I think he's probably... And a team that I reckon might have struggled with runs. I'd say that the runs have sort of dried up a bit, certainly in the top order.
Definitely.
I mean, obviously there's Mitch Marsh and his story, and there's been a couple of standout performances, but I feel like for the most part, I've seen a lot of averages drop. I know that Steve Smith's ICC ranking has dropped below, you know, like the rating they have next to their ranking.
Yeah.
I think that's gone below 800 for the first time since like 2015 or something.
Welcome to being an opener, mate.
Yeah. But yeah, they won a 2-game series.
2-game series. Series
I mean,
wrap.
They won 2-0. So they would have won if it was a 3-game series. I get that.
Yeah.
We talk more cricket.
And that's cricket done for the week, I think, and the next couple of weeks.
Oh my God. We can actually, later in the show, there'll actually be a siren sound instead of the bails being knocked, because footy, depending on how you define return, footy has returned.
It has.
With opening round.
Opening round.
Yeah. How did your team get on the first week of the season?
Didn't lose.
Didn't lose. Fuck yeah. Give me some.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. That was the shittest high five ever.
Yourself?
My team didn't lose either. Yeah.
Pretty good.
Didn't score a lot though.
It's all right.
Yeah.
You didn't lose.
Yeah. Wasn't many clearances or any other stats that anyone else can think of.
Yeah.
But yeah, round 0. I don't like bye rounds. I do not like bye rounds.
Mm-hmm.
What are your views
on bye rounds?
On bye rounds.
Not a huge fan.
Nah.
If you're gonna, like, if you have to have them, minimize the amount that you have.
I remember it used to be 2 bye rounds in the middle of the season.
In the middle of the season.
Last year they spread it across what, 4 or 5 rounds in the middle,
Yep.
and now they're just going to be sprinkled throughout the whole fucking year.
Now it's literally like how many? Do you know?
I don't know. I haven't studied the fixture that much, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's also starting the season with a bye. What is this? Wednesday night basketball? Why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? But obviously, yeah, there's been a couple of games that we can touch on briefly.
Yes.
I think where we have to start is with the comeback, the miracle on grass 2.0, I guess you could call it.
Yeah, but the reverse, I guess. The Blues down by 46.
46, yeah.
And just what was the most remarkable for me when I was sort of watching was not the fact that it was a 46-point turnaround. It was like how quickly that deficit was just cut.
Yeah.
Within like a 15 to 20 minute period, it was like, oh, it's even now. It wasn't like, oh, well, let's chip away at this over 2 quarters or something. It was like, oh no, they're already back. Yeah. And it was like a comeback that you normally see in the fourth quarter, but but just after halftime. And it was like, oh, there's still so long to go in the game, like that. But great game.
Great game. There was a lot of noise in the off season about, I can't remember who it was. I think fucking Sam McClure saying that Carlton are the premiership favourites. They have to be.
Uh-huh.
And then you see the score at quarter time, and it's like, all right, okay, everyone can just sort of calm down. Obviously, they're not premiership favourites.
Yeah.
And then to come back like they did against a quality side at a ground where they haven't lost a lot lately.
I think the last time it's like a decade since Carlton's won at the Gabba.
Yeah, I think so. But Brisbane in general haven't lost a lot up there.
Yeah.
I mean, they're the sort of games that you have to win to be in those kind of discussions.
Yeah.
But it's not even round 1 yet, so let's not get carried away.
It's not even round 1. We haven't given this as much shit as it deserves, I think. It's not even... I remember when I was first thinking about this and I didn't quite get the concept right. And I was like, I was coming to you and I was like, because I wasn't like properly aware of what it was. I had a vague idea in my head, but I didn't know all the details and everything. But I remember I came to you and I was like, so is this like an exhibition game or something like that? Is it like some overhyped practice game or something that doesn't count? I was like, that's stupid. And you were like, no, it counts. And I was like, oh, that's even more stupid.
Yep.
If it doesn't, if it counts, that means that there has to be, I don't know how many buys there have to be, but that for the entire season. And look, I forgot to talk about the Giants game.
The Giants beat Collingwood. Carry on.
Good thing we covered that for all the Giants fans. So you're versing North next week in round 1.
Get your season off to a flyer.
Sorry. Opening round. I was trying to wrap my head around it. I came to you. You explained that it actually did count. Now there's buys. And
that's the gist of it, yeah.
That's the gist of it. I think it's kind of stupid, but also I think there's something else at play here. Look, I don't think the AFL would want to admit it. There's probably a few things the AFL don't want to admit. But
that sounds edgy.
You're
chasing headlines there, mate?
Chasing headlines, mate. I'm back to it in 2024. Being
it's the first one for a little while, I reckon, yeah.
But it's pretty clear that the timing and the location of opening round isn't so coincidental, I guess. You could say that expansion, that word has been used a bit. You could say expansion's on the cards, particularly the fact that opening round happened to be in the 2 NRL heavy states, New South Wales and Queensland. in a week where NRL wasn't played, I believe, in those states.
Or not a lot. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah. We don't pretend to have our finger on the pulse when it comes to
on the NRL pulse, on the AFL cricket pulse, let alone the NRL pulse.
I've barely got it on my own pulse.
Yeah.
I don't know about you.
But yeah, we think of this as the AFL effectively hijacking New South Wales and Queensland for a week, and sort of selling the game, trying to get some new fans on board, trying to expand the game. Look, I think usually in the past we talk about conspiracy theories with the AFL. We've talked about a few. We've said, it goes all the way to the top. There's probably one that doesn't even cut it as a conspiracy theory because it's so blatantly obvious that it's not even that interesting. It's just like, oh yeah, that's something that they do. That's something that would happen.
Yep.
But truth be told, we're actually caught up in this, not conspiracy, but in this turn of events.
Yes. Yeah, we have. Look, we will come clean. The AFL has yet again come to us looking for advice. It's not the first time, and it certainly won't be the last.
Yep.
But this time they wanted to know how to sell even the worst parts about AFL, the worst things about AFL, to your typical NRL fan. So that there's no need for a gimmick like opening round ever again. So we're going to pull back the curtain and we're going to reveal some of the advice that we gave to our trusted / not so trusted client, the Australian Football League.
Regular client, trusted client.
Yeah, absolutely. So just in case you missed that and all the fluff, we're just trying to help the AFL positively spin even the worst parts of their game.
Yeah.
Did you want to go first with the first positive spin?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. I'll take it away. So this is sort of how we'd present parts of the game in a nice way, I guess. Do you enjoy being on the edge of your seat, watching your team play? Well, Australian rules football is a sport for you. Without constant rule changes, no one knows what's coming next. Not the players, the fans, or even the umpires. Whether it's the stand rule or the WAFL trialling the last touch out of bounds rule as part of their preseason games, there's always lots to learn.
I like it. That is a positive spin. Constant rule changes equals lots of learning opportunities.
Yeah.
The first learning opportunity that I probably noticed there was you saying the WAFL instead of the waffle.
Sorry. Yeah. Apologies.
It's all right.
It's a learning moment.
It's a learning moment. See, we're all on this journey together. What this journey is still remains to be seen, but we're on it together. That is a positive spin, though. That's a positive spin. Yeah. It's like you're presented a challenge and you spin it as an opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I feel like, sometimes with movies and TV shows and stuff, it's like, oh, the more some people are like, oh, the more complicated it is, the better. Like, it's like, oh yeah, you have to think about it when you watch it.
I feel like you're that person.
Yeah, I'm kind of.
You get off on Christopher Nolan movies. I feel like you are definitely that person.
So this is like that. This is like, well, the more complicated the sport is, if the rules change every week, then it's like, you got to be on top of your shit. You got to be on top of your game, and it's a challenge.
It is a challenge. It's a challenge. I've got another positive spin for you. Do you want to watch a sport that is constantly breaking records? Well, Australian rules football is the sport for you.
Right.
Already this season, we've seen things that have never been done before, no matter how stupid they are. We've already seen the most goals kicked in a season before round one. We've already seen the biggest crowds in a season before round one.
Yep.
And none of this is possible without opening round.
That's true. I mean, we're breaking records as we speak.
The league, the code, the sport in general.
Yep.
just full of visionaries.
Absolutely. Do you reckon the person that thought of it, that opening round, got into an elevator, like in Australia? Because you know how we've got ground floor and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you reckon someone at AFL headquarters just like got in, clicked the elevator thing? They're like, I'm on the floor, but wait, I'm not even at number 1 yet.
Holy shit!
There's a level before 1.
Number 1's the second option. Fuck.
I can just imagine that. I don't know if that would have happened or not, but
what? Only you would think about it that way.
You reckon?
And then they presented that to the I don't fucking know who they're presenting it to. The board,
the boardroom.
Yeah,
I feel like we've done something like this before. When we talked about AFLX.
Yeah,
all that shit.
Yeah. True.
Anyway, okay, I've got another positive spin for a negative aspect of the beloved game. Does the sport you follow often leave you wondering what the officials are thinking? Well, Australian rules football is a sport for you. Thanks to the loudest mics in the world. The voices of our umpires will ring in your ears louder than any commentators.
I mean, yeah, that's another positive spin. Yeah. It's like, is it better to be able to hear BT's voice?
Or the
I don't
umpire?
know. Yeah.
Yeah. And then like justify the decision to the player. It's like, oh, you were doing that? No, I wasn't. Yeah, you were, mate. Yeah, you were.
Yeah, I mean, you don't die wondering with the umpire mics being part of the coverage. I fucking hate it. But no, that's a positive spin.
Mm-hmm.
Next one. Do you think that the decision review system in the sport that you follow has too many pixels on the screen? If so, Australian rules football is a sport for you. No need to worry about the low quality stream.
Yeah,
that's not the Macca's Wi-Fi. That's just the coverage. And I really enjoy that because the league, I'd say that it maintains a grassroots vibe by intentionally not investing in state-of-the-art equipment.
It's for the people, by the people,
yeah,
sort of thing.
Exactly. For the people, by the people. I love that.
Yeah. It's like you gotta be down to earth. You gotta be seen as that, right?
AFL, the A stands for approachable.
Yep. No, that's good. I think we can move on. That's
no more need be said.
Yep. We've got another one here, another positive spin. Do you want to watch a sport that lives in the moment?
Hell yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, in the moment. Well, Australian rules football is the sport for you. We back our umpires to keep the game moving regardless of whether the correct decision was made. It's in the moment, mate.
Yeah, no.
Once the moment's passed, the moment's passed.
Yeah, true, yeah.
You know, you don't want the umpire bringing the ball back even though your team just copped a high tackle because it benefits the game.
Yeah, so if they've missed a high tackle, you're like, no. I'm thinking of the neutral viewer here.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not thinking that. If that's a Geelong game, no fucking way I'm thinking that.
Mate, we're here to spin, mate. We're here to...
Oh, true. Yes, true. Yes, yeah. I agree. Yeah. No, sorry.
Yep.
It's not bad. I broke character for a second. my bad. I've got another one for you if we've got time. I think we've got time.
Yep.
Do you want a sport that has failed to be exported globally multiple times? Australian rules football is the sport for you. With its lack of international appeal,
yep,
you're never going to need your passport to go watch your team play.
Yeah, that's true. Or flights or anything like that. No, you don't have to pay for bloody... Yeah.
There's no European competition that happens during the week.
Yep.
Like in the European football, believe it or not. But what it lacks in ability to grow overseas, it makes up for by just being Australian.
Yeah. Yep. Just being Australian.
Being Australian.
Australian. Yep. And I guess that also makes it more down to earth too.
Yeah.
For the people, by the people.
For the people, by the people.
Not going anywhere because we tried and it didn't work.
The Approachable Football League. So there you go. That's a couple of our ideas for the AFL to try and sell the game. And obviously we focused on selling the bits of the game that are probably a bit harder to sell.
Yeah.
So that we can capture those NRL-dominated markets without opening round.
Switch on.
We know how many fans of Switch On there are out there, so you would have been pleased to hear Ashwin in your ears then going switch on. Is that how you do it? I think that's how it goes.
I think something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
We are going to keep this episode rolling with kind of an activity, I guess. We've just developed a skill. My phone's fucking going crazy. We've just developed a skill.
Mm-hmm.
Putting a positive spin on less than ideal situations.
Yep.
And we figured out that we can, in fact, polish a turd.
Mm-hmm.
So we've helped out the AFL.
Yep.
And now we're just going to have a bit of a practical exercise, trying to apply our newfound skill.
Yep.
To everyday life. Because we've done the old flutuff now, like we've done the running it back through some sport.
Yeah.
That was a genuine run it back, I'd argue.
Yeah, the first in a while.
I reckon so, yeah. Someone's played us into form a little bit, I reckon.
Yeah.
But, we're going to find some everyday scenarios and we're going to present a scenario and then the other one has to find a positive spin.
Yep. Cool.
So do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
I'll give you the first one.
So you want me to say the first one and you got to find a positive spin? Or the other way around?
Other way around.
All right.
I'll give you the situation.
Right.
And you have to spin it.
All
right. So you've just hit the curb and punctured your tire.
So I've got to find a positive spin for that. How quickly am I going that I've punctured my tire by hitting a curb?
It's a big curb.
Big curb.
Small car.
Small. Okay. All right. Let's say that it has given me an opportunity to practice my tire changing ability.
Okay.
And it's also encouraging me to be a bit more vigilant with checking my other tires and their tire pressure. Nice.
That is a positive spin because if that didn't happen, like you wouldn't have thought about your other tires.
No. And have you ever changed a tire?
I've not properly by myself.
Not properly by yourself. So it's a good skill to have.
Yeah, and true.
Practice makes perfect. It's a good skill to have.
Have you? I'm assuming you.
Once, yeah.
Once. Yeah.
So I'm out of practice as well.
Yeah.
I'm out of practice. So it's a good opportunity. I don't want it to imagine if it fucking happens between now and our next episode. Hopefully it doesn't. But I welcome the opportunity.
Yes. Well spun.
Thank you. Spun as in tire, like wheel spin.
Yeah.
I've got a scenario for you.
Yep.
You've just accidentally hit reply all on a company-wide email.
Oh boy.
Not ideal.
No.
Give me a positive spin.
A positive spin on the reply all. Well, there's nothing here about what you've said, and there's nothing here about the context or anything. So, well, given that lots of people are going to be seeing this, I feel like lots of people that are at my level in a large company are very much unknown and are just the grads and the young staff that work a lot but aren't actually seen. So there's actually a way to be seen.
I like put your name on the map a little bit.
Put your name on the map. Yeah. Now, it obviously depends on what you say in the reply all email.
Yeah.
But could just be a little I don't want to say cheeky plug because then that's obviously,
Now, if you're promoting the podcast in a company your size,
Yeah.
I'm
You're fine with that?
that's the positive spin.
That's the positive spin.
I'm happy to accept that.
Reply all, just the link to Flutterf.
Yeah. Give him the 100th episode.
That's it. Get him in with that.
Yeah. No, I like it. Put your name on the map a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, your name will be on the map as a fucking idiot who replies all in a company-wide email, but
Correct.
your name will be on the map.
Yeah. Correct.
No, I
and
like it.
the pod's name will also be on the map. Yeah.
Oh, true. That's a good point.
Yeah.
No, I like it. You or me?
Yes, me. Okay, so the next one here. You've just run into an old high school acquaintance whose name you forgot, but they remember yours.
This is... All these are obviously challenges.
Yep.
And we're trying to spin them as opportunities.
Yep.
So I feel like we're going to be saying the word opportunity a lot.
Yep.
This is an opportunity to practice coming up with synonyms for mate and man and buddy and pal.
Yep.
Like it's an opportunity to get some thesaurus practice in.
Yeah, expand your vocab.
That's it.
You don't want to just say mate all the time.
Nah.
Gets a bit boring.
Does, mate.
And obvious that you don't know their name.
Exactly, mate.
So, but yeah, it's also a bit exciting as well, I reckon.
It's exciting in what way?
In a way, it's like there's a bit of a thrill. Like, are they going to find out that I don't know their name?
Am I going to think of another word for mate?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There you go. There's another spin.
There's another spin, mate. Plenty of spin where that came from.
I love it. All right. I've got another one for you.
Yep.
You've just heard roadworks start near your house at 10 p.m.
Yep. Yeah. Look. Time for a sleep playlist. And then just gently increase the volume of this sleep playlist so that it's louder than the roadworks outside, and should be okay.
Okay.
Have I talked about my sleep playlist on the pod before?
I think you absolutely have. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So the positives. So no, all you've said then is what you do.
No. To be fair, since moving, I've been pretty average on my sleep playlist.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. Like I only play it once every maybe few weeks.
Right.
Whereas when I was here, I think I'd probably play it every night.
So you don't need it in your new place? You're saying you're sleeping better over there?
I don't know. I'm just not thinking about it. But then when the road works, this actually happened last night.
And what you did was crank the sleep playlist? Is that what you
I did.
Right.
Play the sleep playlist. But luckily the roadwork stopped after like 15 minutes.
Oh, okay.
It started at 10 p.m. and I was like, shit,
Right.
This is the whole night. And then stopped after 15 minutes. I was like, oh, whatever was done, I guess.
Most efficient roadworks in the history of roadworks.
Yeah.
Okay, so just going back to the actually polishing the turd.
Oh, sorry.
So you're saying that the positive spin is being able to test out the speakers and crank up your playlist?
It reminded me that they existed. It reminded me of the existence of my beloved sleep playlist.
Yeah, okay.
Right?
I like it.
It brought me back down memory lane.
Yeah, cool. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I like how that's a really broad example that applies for everyone. I love it. There's probably another really broad one there that you could
Yeah.
you could
Yeah, it
hit me
applies
with now.
to most people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've just ruined your only decent pair of suit pants by spilling red pasta sauce right onto the crotch while you've still got more than half your emceeing duties left at your partner's brother's wedding.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That can happen to anybody.
It could.
That's a very, very broad example.
Yeah. Yep.
How
What would you do in that situation, mate? Like, just hypothetically, if it did happen,
I couldn't even. Like, I'm trying to I'm really struggling to put myself in that situation because I just can't imagine it happening to me.
Yeah.
What's the positive spin there? What's the positive spin?
It's hard to come up with a positive spin because it's such an unlikely thing to happen.
I can't imagine that happening to anyone.
No. So, because it's so hard to imagine it, it's hard to imagine a positive spin for it, I think. Yeah.
I mean, what you could do, the positive spin could be, it allows you to experiment with a new look where you have an untucked shirt. Because it might be a really chill wedding.
Yep.
And so you don't actually need to have your shirt tucked in. And so you're just I'm just going to untuck my shirt. And it's I'm matching the vibe of this chill wedding. But I don't know how that would happen to someone. I can't imagine that happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the positive spin. Just the opportunity again.
Yeah.
To try a new look while wearing the same outfit.
Yeah.
Right. I've got one more for you.
Okay.
Staying on the very, very broad examples.
Yep.
You've just accidentally caused a bomb threat in the middle of Melbourne Central by getting your bag stuck in an escalator and leaving it unsupervised to try and get help.
Yep. The positive spin?
What's the positive spin there?
Look, if that ever happened to me.
Or anyone, how does that happen?
I feel like it would be a big learning moment to not leave your fucking bag on the escalator and let the strap get caught in the escalator. Because if it ever did happen to me, I would never do that again.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a learning moment, mate.
It is a learning moment, yeah. You could also, it's an opportunity for the Melbourne Central security team to sharpen up on their bomb threat drill as well.
That's true. Actually,
putting them through their paces.
Yeah, because if there's no drills, you gotta check that there's actually procedures in place, things like that. So keeping them ready. Just before we wrap things up here for another undisclosed period of time, I have something for you, mate.
You have something for me?
I do. Give me a sec.
All right. Is it your album? This is a podcast exclusive. He's got his... Thank you.
No worries,
That's
mate.
very kind of you. I can return these to work.
Yeah. Will you return them to work, though?
Redacted. No, thank you. Thank you. Oh, these are just...
Have you missed them?
Yeah, these are fucking really good scissors.
Yep.
You know when you get your hands on a good pair of scissors?
Yep.
No, is this not a universal experience?
Maybe it is. It's probably not something that's at the top of my list in terms of pleasant experiences or things that I think about a lot.
All right, kick me while I'm down. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's something about being left-handed, because I don't have any left-handed scissors. I used to have them through primary school,
right?
And then the older you get, the less of a thing they become.
Yep.
So I don't know. I just shout out to work for buying these for me. Where's the album?
Oh, it's in the works.
Well, you want to get? Is it in your bag as well?
In the bag.
You want to go rummaging back around?
I don't think I've brought it this time. It's yep, still in the works.
Is there a positive spin
on the album?
On the situation, I guess. Is there a positive spin you can say? We've been practicing a lot with the positive spins today. What can we say?
Oh, it is closer to being released than the last time you asked me.
Fucking good answer.
Yeah.
That's a very, very good answer. All right. Well, I guess there's not much more to say now. Round one's this week.
Footy's back.
It's going to be good to finally have some footy back on the Tovo.
Yep.
You going any games anytime soon?
I'm sure we'll
Just
get
in
down to
case you decide to go before like the next undisclosed period of time.
that. Probably not, but
No.
we'll get down to a few games this year. So
Yeah.
not sure. Not sure
Footy.
which ones.
Nice. All right. Well, end the show, mate. I'm ready to hit stop on this now.
Well, for the first time in 2024, keep kicking goals.